A lot of my clients that come down and see me for lessons at the golf projects don't realise the impact ball position makes on their golf shots. Whether they have it in the middle, back or front of the stance or somewhere in between those has such an influence where the ball starts, whether it gets curvature throughout its flight and where the actual ball finishes. So if we imagine a golfer with a very on-plane swing, so it's not out, it's not from the inside, whether you're a left-handed player or right-handed player, it is pretty much perfectly on plane with the club face perfectly square to the target at impact, which is going to produce the straight golf shot. As a lot of us know, the golf swing is on an arc. So a good example of me showing you what this arc is using the hula hoop here to describe it. So it'll be on this angle. You'd have the ball here to start off the swing. You'd have the club face there, and the club face would work its way up to the top of the swing, back down to impact, and right the way through to the finished position on the other side. But I'm just going to place this hula hoop directly on the floor like this here. We've got a perfectly square club face. We've got a perfectly on-plane swing. But if I was to move this ball position slightly further in the back of my stance, you can see the effect it has on my club path. It's more likely to be slightly in to out with the club face open at impact. If I was to put it in the front of the stance, it's going to encourage me to have a slightly out to in path through the impact zone when I come to hit this golf ball. The club face is going to release a bit earlier because it's gone past its lowest point. It's going through this zone here a bit later in the arc. So in simple terms, if we had a perfectly on-plane swing with a perfectly square club face, it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to hit a straight shot. Depending on our ball position, that has an influence as well on the starting direction of the golf shot, therefore an influence on where the ball will finish. So it's really important to take note of this, because if you're going out on the golf course, on a links course for example, right along the coast, 50-mile-an-hour wind, well, if you set up like this, aiming down your target line, not knowing that that club face is going to have a much later release, it's going to leave the club face way open at impact, so you're only going to do one thing and shoot this golf shot way off to the right. So make sure you're aiming more to the left of the target for right-handed golfers. You can see there it's popped out to the right of my target, and it's faded a little bit as well. Or if you're trying to hit a higher shot when it's downwind, you want to get that one where it goes sending up in the air and fly it high, land it soft on the greens, well, you want to do the opposite. Set up, aiming more to the right. Start to turn from right to left. That's probably going to finish just short of the green. Yeah, there you go. So go ahead, give us a try at your local driving range and comment down below to let me know how you get on with this. Be sure to hit the subscribe button as there's lots more coming your way. Reviews, more coaching videos and the race to 400 yards. And why not click this video over here for more coaching tips to help you hit your driver better, straighter and further.